Hi everyone, it's Maureen Muldoon, and we are here with lesson 126 of A Course in Miracles, the workbook lessons. All that I give is given to myself. This is a really great lesson, and it's a core concept of A Course in Miracles. When we get this, we get a lot. There's my cat in the background. So, all that I give is given to myself. Today's idea, completely alien to the ego and the thinking of the world, is crucial to the thought reversal that this course will bring about. If you believe this statement, there would be no problem in completing forgiveness, certainty of goal, and sure direction. You would understand the means by which salvation comes to you and would not hesitate to use it now. So, do you get that? Like, anytime we have an unforgiveness, we're, of course, just holding the knife against our own throat. And so, do you want to do that? No, we don't. So, forgiveness is so important. Obviously, this is the backbone of A Course in Miracles, is forgiveness. It does tell us the benefits of forgiveness, but it's like trying to tell us what chocolate tastes like. Like, if you don't taste it yourself, you're not going to have any appreciation for it. Like, you got to practice authentic forgiveness so you can experience the revelations and the resurrections in your own bones. Like, this is for you. Anyone who's ever had the experience of freedom from authentic forgiveness gets the idea. Like, there's that meme that says everything that you ever wanted is on the other side of fear. I say everything that you've ever wanted is on the other side of forgiveness. Once you implement true forgiveness in all your relationships, there's no stopping you. Like, you're a hot knife through butter, my friend. Let us consider what you do believe in place of this idea. It seems to you that other people are apart from you and able to behave in ways which have no bearing on your thoughts nor yours on theirs. Therefore, your attitude has no effect on them, and their appeal for help are not in any way related to your own. You further think that they can sin without affecting your perception of yourself, while you can judge their sin and yet remain apart from condemnation and at peace. So it's basically saying what I've said before: you can't go to God with a knife in your brother's back. I mean, that seems like obvious math, but worth repeating. When you forgive a sin, there is no gain to you directly. You give charity to one unworthy, merely to point out that you are better, on a higher plane than he whom you forgive. He has not earned your charity. He has not earned your charitable tolerance, which you bestow on one unworthy of the gift, because his sins have lowered him beneath a true equality with you. He has no claim on your forgiveness. It holds out a gift to him, but hardly to yourself. So Gary Renard talks about this, that we engage in this broken idea of forgiveness, where we're like, I forgive you, but you're wrong. I'm much better than you, and I'm the better person, so I'm going to forgive you, but we all know that you're wrong and you're bad. That is not forgiveness. Forgiveness is forgiving yourself for thinking that something went wrong here. That's true forgiveness, is like letting your mind be washed of all illusions that something wrong happened. I know that's a big thing, but you're capable of it. Listen, if I'm capable of it, anybody's capable of it. Thus is forgiveness basically unsound, a charitable whim, benevolent yet undeserved, a gift bestowed at times, at other times withheld, unmerited. Withholding it is just, nor is it fair that you should suffer when it is withheld. The sin that you forgive is not your own. Someone apart from you committed it, and if you then are gracious unto him by giving him what he does not deserve, the gift is no more yours than was his sin. If this be true, forgiveness has no grounds on which to rest dependably and sure. It is an eccentricity in which you sometimes choose to give indulgently an undeserved reprieve. Yet it remains your right to let the sinner not escape the justified repayment of his sin. Think you the Lord of heaven would allow the world's salvation to depend on this? Would not his care for you be small indeed if your salvation rests on a whim? You do not understand forgiveness. As you see it, it is but a check upon overt attack, without required correction in your mind. It cannot give you peace as you perceive it. It is not a means for your release from which you see in someone other than yourself. It has no power to restore your unity with him, to your awareness. It is not what God intended it to be for you. So God intended it to be, first of all, God didn't create sin and didn't create forgiveness, because these are things that happen in the world. But because we got so twisted up with unforgiveness, God answers this question that he doesn't even understand. He doesn't understand how we could have this need for retribution. And so, but it gives us this solution, which is, I am that I am. And for us to go around the world saying, I am that I am, and anybody that I want to attack, it's simply because I have taken my own sins and I've buried them in my brother to the point where I no longer even recognize them, and I think that they're authored by someone else than me. It's a crazy mind. So we got to get back to our right-mindedness and say, I am that I am. I have authored that. I have created that. And then why? Why did I create? Why did I make that story up? What was I afraid of? It always stems from fear. What have I taken too seriously? It always stems from fear and taking things too seriously, so that we can continue to support the illusion of separation. Yes, that's the news. Not giving him the gift he asks of you, you cannot recognize his gifts and think he has given them to you. Yet, would he ask you for a gift unless it was for you? Could he be satisfied with empty gestures and elevate such petty gifts as worthy of his Son? Salvation is a better gift than this, and true forgiveness, as the means by which it is attained, must heal the mind that gives. Forgiving is receiving. What remains as unreceived has not been given, but what has been given must have been received. So you can't give what you don't have. And so we get to receive it first, like receive our forgiveness for anything that you think went wrong. Forgive yourself, and then extend it to your brothers. Today we try to understand the truth that giver and receiver are the same. We will need help to make this meaningful, because it is so alien to the thought to which you are accustomed. But the help you need is there. Give him your faith today and ask him that he share your practice in truth today. And if you only catch a teeny glimpse of the release that lies in the idea we practice for today, then this is a day of glory for the world. So even if you get this a little bit, and sometimes it feels like unforgiveness has to come with many phases of eroding, kind of like the ocean erodes the shore. Like, this is us in forgiveness. Like, it takes a lot of attempts to fully let go, to completely let go of the crucifixion. So it gives us the amount of time to do it. It says, so give 15 minutes twice today to the attempt to understand today's idea. It is the thought by which forgiveness takes its proper place in your priority. It is the thought that will release your mind from every bar to which forgiveness means, and let you realize its worth to you. In silence, close your eyes upon the world that does not understand forgiveness, and seek sanctuary in the quiet place where thoughts are changed and false beliefs laid by. Repeat today's idea and ask for help in understanding what it really means. Be willing to be taught. Be glad to hear the voice of truth and healing speak to you, and you will understand the words he speaks and recognize he speaks your words to you. As often as you can, remind yourself you have a goal today, an aim which makes this day of special value to yourself and all your brothers. Do not let your mind forget this goal for long by telling yourself, all that I give is given to myself. The help I need to learn this is true, is with me now, and I will trust in him. And then spend a quiet moment opening your mind to his correction and his love. And what you hear of him, you will believe, for what he gives will be received by you. So this idea is inviting us, first of all, into creating an open space to receive these blessings. And so that the whole idea is giving and receiving are one and the same. So as we receive these blessings and we commit to hearing this clear connection with the interpretation of the divine, we will be inspired to know how to get a reframing on the situation. I know that I've been blessed with this reinterpretation of the situations in my life. And so I know that this is available to all of us. If, like, one of the folks on the Facebook group, there was Robina, who's one of the watchers of these videos, was saying that in one of her comments that she takes her problem and she writes it down before she goes to bed, and she asks the Holy Spirit to give her, solutions and a reinterpretation, and that she usually gets that reinterpretation within a couple of days, if not the very next day. And it always feels like it comes through the most interesting sources, like on the radio or through a conversation overheard. So, you are being so supported in your ability to forgive. It seems like a very hard thing to fully let go of, but you have incredible support to be able to do it. So you're not alone in doing it. You have an amazing support system. And when you give this forgiveness, it returns to you. It frees you. When you free your brother from your own crucifixions and condemnations, you become freed. And that's how giving and receiving are one and the same. So practice makes perfect. You are perfect. So just keep practicing, and I will practice with you. Namaste.